Well, the monkey let me do the opening this time. I didn't just steal it away. So welcome back to the Klaus Restoration Crafts and Reviews channel. We been missing you. Glad to see you back, y'all. Glad to see you back. Get rid of that damn fake voice and get my voice back. Glad to see you back here today. I actually know what we're going to do, but I'm going to let the monkey say it. Monkey. Thanks, Crow. Yeah, I let him do a opening this time. He just stole one before and almost beat his eyes off for it. Yeah, today is going to be the review on that Stanley table saw. There's a video about the unboxing on it also. You can check that out if you want to see it. Very interesting unboxing video made with the M100 camera. Videos now are made with an M50 Mark II camera. A better camera, better channel, better monkey, better crow. That's the same monkey, same crow. We're always good. Man, you can't make us better. Man, you're right. You can't improve on perfection. Man, we're perfect. Man, ain't nothing wrong with us. Man, if you tried to improve us, you couldn't find no way to do it. And we are the bee's knees. The sliced bread. Man, we everything. We got it, baby. We got it. Man, good God. Every time the camera goes on you, you overdo it. So the table saw review is going to be about going over the table saw. And I'm going to say something important about that table saw. I seen the damn video. He left out a part. I'm going to tell you what it is. And I know I didn't have permission. I'm doing it on my own. I'll black some eyes if I get in trouble for it. He left out the damn part where you take a wrench or something and unscrew a screw. Well, never mind, I got shut down by the studio bigwigs. They said they're going to make a little video on it and insert it. So I won't say what the thing was. Man, I bet you're interested in knowing what it is now, and they have to watch a damn video to find out what it is. And it's important too. It is important. I seen that video myself with you. Me and you was talking about it. Man, that'll really interfere with cutting your wood if you're cutting a tile piece. Man, so you better watch that video and find out what was left out. It's going to be snuck in somewhere. You just can't whiz to the end of the video and try to find it, because it ain't at the end of the video, baby. It's stuck in there in a hidden place. Man, the battery died. Took forever to get another one put back in the camera. And now I don't know the last thing we said. Don't remember it. I don't remember where we continued off either. I don't remember what I said. But anyway, we'll go on with I'm going to say Bosch Stanley table saw review. Take a good look at it. Man, it's a good saw. It don't got no soft start, nothing like that, because it's a cheaper saw. But it's still good. It's a great saw. Great table saw. Like a knife through butter. Man, I wish I had a table saw that I could saw stuff on, but I couldn't use it. I'm too little. They don't make that stuff for monkey size. I heard they did make one monkey size. I seen one on YouTube was real little. But knowing me, it chopped my damn tail off. Yeah, me too. I'd probably chop something off. I don't know what it would be, because I ain't chopped nothing yet. But anyway, that's the way it happens. Anyway, that's the way it happens. You try your best to be careful, you get it. You go in like a maniac, nothing happens. So we hope y'all enjoy that table saw, because I know when we watched it and found that missing part in it, we liked it, we watched it, and we adored it and loved it. We watched it so much we was going to watch it a second time, but it was the all-new Crow network was on, and they'll show the video I didn't see before. That's the only reason I didn't watch it twice. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was watching the all-new Monkey Network, Shave Monkey Ladies. Man, I got so turned on, I fell over the back of the couch, dived out the window, flip-flopped around the yard, and come back in with my tongue hanging out. That's some good shit on that channel. It's called NMG, Nude Monkey Girls. Oh, yeah. Well, with that said, I think I'm going to get out of here. Some people will be like, well, we're glad he's going to shut up. And some people will be like, no, more, more, more. Yeah, because everybody's got their own likes and dislikes. So I'm going to go ahead and tell a joke. And I hope you like it. And I'm going to get out of here. And here's the joke. What's the difference between your penis and a bonus check? What is the difference between your penis and a bonus check? Someone is always willing to blow your bonus check. Woo! Man, I love these jokes now. They're getting back good. Well, we'll see you all next time on the Klaus Restoration Restores Reviews and Reviews both. Yeah, they're both in there. Reviews and reviews. And we'll see y'all next time. Have fun, laugh, fall out of your chair, get back in, laugh again, fall back out, do all sorts of stuff. And we'll see you later. And don't forget to miss us while we're gone. Think about us, daydream, fantasize about us nude if you want. And we'll see you later. I said, woo, get a little bit of the ending going on. We'll see y'all later next time. Don't fantasize me nude though. You'll be in for a shock. You'll get envious. There ain't nobody wanting that. Envious viewers. We'll see you later, guys. Goodbye. And we'll see you later. Gang, goodbye. Today I'm going to be talking about the Stanley table saw. This model here is the sst1801. Now before I get started, I'm going to tell you the things that I won't do that so many other people do. So many other people want to take a saw like this and compare it with a saw like that. You cannot compare a saw like this to a saw like that, because this saw is in a totally different class than the saw that you just seen. I will not nitpick this saw to death. I will not take it apart, badmouth it, put it down, talk about how bad it is, talk about a little bit of wobble over here. They all got it. I'm not going to talk about the fence having problems, because it does not. I'm not going to talk about a little bit of wiggle in one place or another. If you want someone to badmouth and nitpick a saw to death, I'm not going to do it, because there is nothing wrong with these saws. If you have a problem cutting with this saw, then it is you who are causing the problem, not the saw. You're either pushing the wood too fast and too hard, or you're not properly adjusting your fence. And again, I will say, this saw, if you want to compare this saw, you do not compare it with a saw that costs twice as much money, like the Bosch. If you want to compare, if you want a saw that can compete and compare with this Bosch, then that saw would be the DeWalt DWE 7492. That is a saw that can compete with this one. The saws that can compete with this one are the Bosch GTS 254, the Lotus LTST 1800X, Powerhouse BKT 510. Those are the saws that can compare to this one, because they are in the same price range as this one. They are built similar to this one. This one and this one are built completely 100% different in their internal structure. So again, if you want me to compare Little Johnny to Big Daddy, it's not going to happen, because Little Johnny cannot compete with Big Daddy over here. That being said, I will get on talking about this saw. This saw here has a nice flat bed. It's like it's made out of aluminum. The saw blade is a 10-inch blade with a 24.5-inch arbor. Comes standard with a writhing knife. All saws have them nowadays. To remove the top, to change blades, you have to remove a screw. Remove the screw, pop the top off, take your wrenches, take the blade off, put it back. The fence A lot of people, when they lock down their fence, I've seen this on other YouTube videos, they lock down their fence, it's got slop in the end. You have to line it, you have to use a square to line it up. You don't need a square to line it up. No table saw manufacturer is going to make a table saw where you have to carry around a square and line up the damn fence. They're not going to do it. This thing lines itself up if you have this set properly. If you're pushing this in and you've got slop, then that's you. That's not the saw. If you push this down and it's really hard to push, you're going to break these glides like that. Straight out of the box, it's too tight. No, it may be too tight straight out of the box. But if you adjust it with this adjuster, it won't be too tight. Turn left on this adjuster, your fence gets looser. Turn right on the adjuster, it gets tighter. So when you put your fence on, if it's too tight, loosen it up. But when you lock it down, you've got some slop on the end, tighten it up. But only go very small amounts, check it. Very small amounts, check it. Very small amounts, check it. And when you're done using your saw, don't leave it in the lockdown position. That's a lot of pressure and stress on the parts in this. Lift it up when you're not using it. When you're going in the house, you're finished for the day, lift it up. You don't have to take it off and store it somewhere. Leave it on there. Just lift it up. Table saw has an extension so you can cut more. But look at this. On the more expensive Bosch, you can slide this up, which this fence is garbage now. I'm waiting to repair it. You can slide this up all the way to touching the blade. This Bosch, you can slide this up all the way touching the blade when you have the extension out. The Stanley cannot do that. See, Stanley cannot do that. Like I said, that's nitpicking. If you're trying to take a saw that's half the price as a more expensive saw and compare them, this is about as how far as you're going to get with this right here. If you want any farther, then push this back. Well, I need more cutting space. I don't want to push it back. Well, you've got to push it back. If you want more cutting space, then buy a more expensive saw that can do more things. They can do the more things that you want. You get what you pay for. But that is nitpicking. If you say that is not nitpicking, it is nitpicking. That does not hurt the function of this saw. That just hurts the function of how close you could get to the blade. And believe me, if you're cutting that close to the blade, you don't need that extension out like that. If you're cutting that close to the blade. This being out as far as it can be extended is useless. If you're cutting something really small. Put it in. Dust extractor. Dust shoots straight out everywhere. If you want, you can put a vacuum hose on it, lay it down on the ground, let the dust go out of the vacuum hose and onto the ground somewhere else, or you can put it in a bucket, a barrel, anything, because you don't want to use those vacuum cleaners. They fill up so fast and clog up. These things are useless. If you want a $1,000 dust extractor, go for it, but I work outside. Come around on this side, you can see it has wheels, because you can also buy a stand for this that's foldable, kind of like that Bosch one, except smaller. That way you can pull it around. And on this side, you have your on switch, like that. I know. And then you have your off by pushing it in. And because I turned it on, you can hear how loud it is. It is also louder than the Bosch. It does not have a soft start either. The Bosch does. This is your down. Turn it right, it goes down. Turn it left, it goes up. Push down on this lever here. Push down on this level here. You have your angles that you can turn the blade to. You cut at 15 degree, 45 degree, and everything in between. Right here. If you push too hard and overload the saw, this will pop out. If you turn the saw on, it will not start. It varies. Sometimes you have to wait a minute, sometimes you wait 30 seconds, sometimes you wait 2 minutes, but you wait until this pops back out, and then you can push it back in and it'll start working. Don't think just because it's not popping out, there's a problem with it. It's not. Just wait, it will pop out. Just like this. This here also has one. Overload this, this pops out. This is what I hook my saws to. This is heavy duty. I hook my saws to this, so when something happens, because on the Bosch, I've run through wood before, really hard wood before, and overloaded it, it pops this out. I have to wait, turn it back on, because the Bosch does not have one, have something like that, does not have an overload protector. Comes with this stand that is a little bit hard to put together. You wouldn't think so by looking at it, but it does. If you want to know the table's diameter, then we can actually, instead of going by the specifications in a book, we can measure it ourselves. The cutting top on the table is 56 centimeters. 56. This way, it is 67.5. Almost 68. This up, slide this out. The cutting range changes to 104.5. It has a measure on the side, the tape. They've all got that. They've all got the tape on the side with the ruler on them. And over here is a feature that I like. A place to hold a second saw blade. This is plastic. It's a $250 saw. That one is all metal. $700 saw. So if you're looking to compare this and that, don't be stupid. These saws are as different as night and day. They're manufactured different, made different. That's just the way it is. The motor in this saw is 1800 watts. The motor in that saw is 1800 watts. So the saw, the power of this smaller saw and the power of this bigger, more expensive saw are the same. But the arbor size is a little bit smaller. That means that this saw can handle what that one can, but be a little more careful. There's the arbor size is a little bit thinner on this one. That's what this goes on. The arbor is what your blade slides up on, and it's what turns your blade. This blade cuts extremely well because this is a Stanley blade. It's not a cheap Chinese made blade. It's a very good blade. Cheaper blades, I've used them because sometimes that's all I can find. They get hot, they overheat in the wood, they lose their edge. I don't know how long it'll take this Stanley to lose their edge. The harder the wood you cut, the hotter it's going to get. You're going to get burn marks in your wood. You're going to have to plane them out, leave them there, sand them off, whatever you want to do. But you are going to get them. So if you're going to, knowing that you need to sand or plane your wood after you cut it with a table saw, leave at least 1 millimeter on every side that you cut. That way when you sand it or plane it, it won't come out too small for the project that you're making it for. You say, well, I cut that right on the line. And when I got the burn marks off, it was too little because you shrunk it.
leave yourself 1 or 2 millimeters to play with. If you don't got a planer, well, you know, let's put it this way, you don't want to leave burn marks in your wood. The saw out of the box is perfectly aligned. There was slop in this, I had to tighten this up. Now the slop looks like this. Whether it be a small amount or a large amount, but once you adjust this, you don't got it no more. And when you lock it down, even if it's sitting at an angle, when you lock it down, it straightens itself back up. So now I'm going to cut a piece of plyboard and a piece of not hard but not soft wood, kind of in the middle. This side's already been, no it's not, this side's been cut already, but I remember when I cut that, it's an older piece of wood. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm not going to wear my mask, so I'm going to have to brave the dust. Need a bag to tie on the end of that. So line the wood up. I keep turning this the wrong way because the Bosch is opposite. Left takes it up, right puts it down. On that one, right puts it down, left takes it up. So put the saw blade teeth about like that, where they're coming through about like that. That there's what a brand new blade does, and a well-made blade. The blade on the Bosch actually needs changed again. I changed it about 2 years ago. It needs to be changed again. I'm going to run this one through the harder piece of wood. This one's longer. I'm going to turn it this way so I can get this smaller edge, smaller enough of it. And then once it's in, lock it down, adjust the blade. Putting it down again because I'm used to doing it the other way. So now I got 2 saws that go in opposite directions, and I'm going to be doing both of them the same way. Turn it on. There we go. And I'm moving out here because there's too much dust in there for the sensitive camera. And there's the cut here. Really good saw blade in that one. A lot of power. Made a good cut. You can see fat at the top, skinny at the bottom. That shows how crooked this piece of wood was. Now it's straight. Here are some few burn marks from the other saw. This is the Bosch cut. That's the Stanley cut. As you can tell by the Bosch cut, it's not as smooth because that blade's really got to be changed. I'm showing you the Bosch side because I'm showing you what a good blade does. You need to keep up with your blades. It's hard for me to get blades, especially now during the pandemic, unless I order them, and I can't never find the name brand ones hardly. But so that has been the small review on the Stanley table saw. What I call it, sst1801, 1801, whatever the hell I called it. Check it in front of the video if I got the name already. And hope you like the video. And if you like it, then put a like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, do all that good stuff. Let YouTube know that I'm doing a good job. And if you don't like the video, give me a thumbs up anyway. I'll take it. And I'll see you next time on the Klaus reviews, crafts, and sometimes restorations. Goodbye. I'm going to show a part on here that I forgot to show that involves taking this cover off. Put a screw on it. It could have made it easier. Roll this up. Rolling this one up and down is a little bit harder than the Bosch. Because with the Bosch you pay more money, so you get the Bosch over there is bigger pay more money for it, so you want it a little bit easier to pay for it. This right here, what I'm going to show you, to adjust this writhing knife right here, you unscrew these two things here to the left. Writhing knife can be adjusted up or down. You want the blade to be just a little bit higher than the writhing knife. Now there's a reason you want your blade to be a little bit higher than your writhing knife. When I first opened this saw, I don't know if the writhing knife's going to be the same on every one. We're going to be set the same on every one. I don't know if the writhing knife is going to be set the same on every one of these that they sell. When I got it, the writhing knife was higher than the blade, and then when you run a piece of wood through, that's only going to have a groove in it that's not going to be cut all the way through. It hits that writhing knife and won't go any farther. So these two screws here, undo them, lower your writhing knife, just not much, see there, lower your writhing knife a little bit below your saw blade, and when you run your wood through, it'll go all the way through without hitting this. So this is adjustable. So if you're wondering, well, if you're thinking that I can't cut any wood halfway up because it's running into this writhing knives can be adjusted. So the reason I'm showing this is not everybody is going to know about a writhing knife. At some point in time, everybody are new at tools. There are a lot of beginners out there, and they're not going to know about the writhing knife. So if you do know about it, good for you. But there's a lot of people out there that don't. Some people already know about things. Some people are very new at things. So they come to these videos like this to find out what can and can't be done with these tools. But they don't know that. And also there's something else I'm going to show you. This is not a defect of this saw. Some saws, like that one, that big Bosch, does not do this, but this one does. If you're rolling your blade up or down, it rolls fine. But if you're pushing and this goes in, see, your blade is not going to roll. And you might think, oh, something wrong with my blade, it won't come up. This will, if it goes in, your blade will not go up or down. So if you're trying to roll it up and down and you're putting force and it's going in and your blade's not moving, it's getting stuck, it's not moving, then let out on it. And it will. So like that. You push in on it, it's not going to go nowhere, even if this turns. So that's another thing about this Stanley saw. You're going to have blade turning issues. If you push that in, sometimes it's easy to do because that's a little bit hard to turn. I greased it, oiled it up good, greased it, everything. It still turns kind of hard. That's just the way it is with a $200 saw. It's not like that $600 Bosch over there, which everything's easy and smooth on it. So that is what I forgot to put in the video. Now you can continue to watch the rest of the video, check it out, and hopefully you'll learn something from it. And if not, then apparently you've been using table saws for a while already. Stanley table saw review part 2 continued. Part 2 continued. Stanley table saw. Huh?
When you lift up.
I don't know what I said last.
You say that your battery will die now. You don't know where you connect. Okay, go, action.
Crow. Well, I don't remember it either. But we'll just can. Hey, you. Quiet. What's the difference between your penis and a bonus check? Crow.
Penis and bonus check. Action. Crow.
Woo!
Action.
And you kids, shut up.
Okay. Monkey, go.
Shut what kid up? That one running around the red shirt? Man, I'll take care of her when that camera goes off. I'm talking pow, 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 pow. I will.
Goodbye.
No, everything. Yes, show it to daddy.